legislature in Madison and in the House in Washington, D.C. have been doing. In Madison, a majority voted to end state court jurisdiction over equal pay laws. And Scott Walker signed that. That was the gutting of our equal pay laws here. In Washington, a majority of the Senate voted to allow any institution to deny any form of women's health care if, for some reason, they found it morally objectionable.
That's what Kelly keeps messaging.
I find it so interesting that only health care that's morally objectionable is the health care women need.
Okay, well, I'll go move a little bit that way, but I'll
Republicans are undermining women's access to health care and their ability to help support their families. More than any other state, Wisconsinites have learned the power of the people to organize and to create change. That's right. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for what you do every day to fight.
We have Doug LaFollette here.
Wisconsin. Thank you, Senator Baldwin. And we're going to make that happen. We're going to the streets after these recalls. We're going to go to the streets for the recalls, and then after that, we're going to get Tammy Baldwin elected. Now we're going to have the Raging Grannies come present us. Come on up, ladies, Raging. They'll provide some comic relief and some very dark days for us. So let's give them a big round of applause for being here today.
Make sure you get the Raging Grannies. I will. We love Raging
It is really inspiring to see so many people out in the rain, and we are so glad to be here. 50 years ago, we were marching for the right to get birth control.
That's right.
We were marching for the right of women to have some control over their own bodies. We fought that fight, all these grannies up here. We did not think we were going to be spending our old age doing it again, but we are not giving up this fight.
What she used to be, had a hysterectomy, needs a colonoscopy, she can't afford to pay for her care and so I guess we'll have to shoot her now. Where is she supposed to go when she doesn't have the dough? She dare not get sick without health insurance, so I guess we'll have to shoot her now. This old gray granny splits all her bills in half. Trust companies just laugh. Profits are off the trap. But Granny can't afford to pay for her bills, and so I guess we'll have to shoot her now. This old gray granny now needs a test or two. Her boob has a lump or two. What is she supposed to do? She can't pay the bill, so she'll just have to muddle through. I guess we'll have to shoot her now. All right, since he's got a deal. Corporations turn a profit and we'll be wondering, will Granny get health care at all? Just give your representatives a call and tell them to say no to all. Then old gray Granny won't have to worry, 'cause we won't have to shoot her after all. is in doubt. Why rich folks have the Cadillac plans and poor folks go without. Why all the news that's fit to print is nothing but corporate lies. We've got the best democracy that ever money can buy. Did you ever wonder why we keep on starting wars? Why poor folks' kids are sent to die while CEOs make more? Why votes are counted up by those who sell the voting machines? We've got a corporatocracy thanks to the Supremes. Did you ever wonder who will run for office since Supreme Court lifted limits? It really makes us wince. The rich will buy the candidates, and if you wonder why, we've got the best democracy that ever money can buy. Those with all the money now will run the whole damn show. And if we dare to disagree, they'll tell us where to go. 'Cause money buys the Congress, and that you can't deny. We've got the best democracy that ever money can buy.
Microphone. They want microphones.
We're getting calls for microphones. I can't hear you back here.
Good job.
They didn't want the microphone.
Oh.
What, Kelly?
Can't be bothered voting, think again. If you can't be bothered voting, think again. If you can't be bothered voting, keep in mind that it's worth noting that the ones who got us in this mess might win. But democracy's a nuisance, you might say, but we would not prefer another way. Yes, we would always choose it. We use it or we lose it. So vote and you will always have a say. If you can't be bothered voting, don't complain. You must remember voting's not a game.
Not a game.
A politician's not a saint. Sometimes honest folks say it ain't. If your legislator's lousy, who's to blame?
To play.
You can't be bothered voting, who is who? The League of Women Voters will help you. Your candidate's answer sheet, information so complete. It will surely help you choose just what to do. Think again. If you can't be bothered voting, think again. Think again. If you can't be bothered voting, keep in mind that it's worth noting that the ones who got us in this mess might win.
Sing along on this chorus with us.
Oh.
We're the raging Grannies and we're here to take a stand, to keep free choice for women and to keep our families planned. We won't go back to hangers if our right to choose is banned. We rage for women's lives. No more dying in back alleys. We'll keep raging in women's rights might simply disappear without a trace. We put aside our rolling pins to save the human race. We rage for women's lives. No more dying in back alleys. We'll keep raging in these rallies until we stop these crazy schemes against Planned Parenthood. We rage for women's lives. We come here to this program, and it's not just for the sport, to tell the world that we must keep the rights for which we fought. The right to plan our families and, if needed, to abort. We rage for women's rights. No more dying in back alleys. We'll keep raging in these rallies until we stop these crazy schemes against Planned Parenthood. We rage for women's lives. We won't lie down and take it when they make these budget cuts. While they lend their hands for the wars, we think they must be nuts. It's time to tell the world there can't be any ifs or buts. We need Planned Parenthood. No more dying in back alleys. We'll keep raging in these rallies until we stop these crazy schemes against Planned Parenthood. We rage for women's rights. Granny went to work when she needed health care. Her insurance company said she could kiss her derriere. What does our old Granny need? Single payer health care. Private profits have to go. Health care for all is our demand. Junior's tumor's very big, he needs an operation. Though he works, he can't afford it. What an abomination! What do working people need? Single payer health care. Private profits have to go. Health care for all is our demand. In the House and in the Senate, grannies will be raging. We have care for all, now that's a fight worth waging. Listen to the grannies rage for single payer health care. Private profits have to go. Health care for all is our demand.
It really sucks because I just had it in the shop. So all we got is my phone.
And then don't we have to go to the Occupy Walk?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to try and charge it up in the truck on the way.
It's like 1:30, almost 2. What am I showing?
Don't worry about it.
Short enough. I'm shorter than you.
Thank you, Raging Grannies.
Hey!
We have a lot to rage about. You know, I wanted to read as well. We had a letter from Representative Gwen Moore, U.S. Congresswoman from Milwaukee.
I'm no longer back there because I can't.
Here, but I'll tell you, those of you who know Congresswoman Moore, she is fierce. And she out
this
there
is
in
ladies.
Washington fighting for us, and
I
this is
got
what she
them,
has to
but
say to us. Good
you're on
afternoon.
Ustream Live,
I really
ladies.
wish I could have been there with you today, but know that I am there with you in spirit and stand with you all in this fight to end the war against women.
All right, so I'll be
Today
back
we
there.
join women across
see you in a
this
bit.
country. We come together with one voice to say we will no longer be pushed aside. We will no longer allow the rights that we have fought so hard for to be stripped away. As the great Fannie Lou Hamer would say, we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We have come today to say loud and clear that we demand to be treated as equals, who must be afforded the dignity to choose what is best for ourselves, our health, and the well-being of our families. No longer will we allow male-dominated society to determine what is in our best interest. From now on, as the singer Annie Lennox said, sisters are doing it for themselves. My sisters, make no mistake, the war on women is real. For the past few months, we as women have been under siege from Republicans across this country, from attacks on institutions like Planned Parenthood, to attempts to restrict access to contraception, to the Republican budget that slashes the social safety net. Women are under attack. Even the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, Mitt Romney, is making it his mission to roll back the clock on women's health care coverage by repealing the Affordable Care Act. This is particularly damaging for women in these tough economic times. The studies show that women pay up to 50% more than men for the very same health care coverage. Republicans have even mastered the art of doublespeak, touting Ann Romney as the hero of the stay-at-home mom, while seeking to pull the rug out from under low-income mothers. As a mother of 3 children, I know all too well how hard it can be raising children, as well as being a working mom. The work of child rearing is only compounded when you are poor, and yet Republicans continue to want to cut a massive hole in the social safety net that has sustained the most vulnerable of our society for years. If Ann and Mitt Romney really believe in the importance of having a stay-at-home parent for young children, they should support policies that make it possible for all parents. That's right, including low-income mothers to have that option. Sadly, Mitt has demonstrated that his support only extends to those who can afford it. My sisters, now is the time to stand up and let our voices be heard. This is real life with real women and real consequences. We owe it to our daughters and granddaughters to ensure that we safeguard their rights and that of future generations of women. Thank you for your commitment to the cause of women's rights, and let's continue to fight the good fight. Thank you, Congresswoman Moore. And this letter is really particularly relevant right now as I introduce our next speaker, Rob Zerban, who is running against Paul Ryan. That's right. Talk about taking the social safety net away. That's exactly what Paul Ryan wants to do. So please give a warm welcome to Rob Zerban.
Wow. Who here is my friend? I stand before you today as a candidate for the U.S. Congress, but I stand with you today in solidarity to ask the Congress and Governor Walker to stop the war on working women, working families, and the war on women. I stand with you to ask the Congress to pass the Violence Against Women Act that includes protections for every spouse, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, Native Americans, and immigrants, because nobody should be exposed to violence. Let's not take a dim view of ideological identifications, but a broad view of humanity and include everybody in protections against violence. You know, I think Joe Biden, our vice president, said it best when he said, "Don't tell me what it is that you value. Show me your budget and I will tell you what you value." And we have seen from Governor Walker's budget, and we have seen from Paul Ryan's budget, what it is that they do and they do not value. They do not value education. Cutting student loans, Pell Grants, Stafford loans. Cutting the budget for education here in the state of Wisconsin by $810 million per year. These are not Wisconsin. But what will they fight for? Tax breaks for the wealthiest people.